What's good, everybody? My name is Sugi Dakks. Thank you for joining me. What's good, my Sofar community? I'm definitely happy to be right here performing in front of everyone. It's kind of a bittersweet moment because, we can't perform in front of actual people, but, I hope y'all tuning in and enjoying it from the other side of the screen. So we actually put on this virtual tour. And it's called Every Color, Music for Social Change. And so we pretty much played on different Sofar city pages. So we played at Denver, we played at, LA, Seattle, New York, bunch of different places, London. And then this is our final stop, so in front of all of the Sofar community. So pretty much we wanted to dedicate and try to push this music towards social change and really talk about and address all the racial injustices that have been happening in America, but that happen across the world. Everything that's happened with Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, and the countless number of people. The more people that we've learned over these couple last weeks even that have been killed and abused by police and police brutality and racism across this country. So we wanted to just, spread awareness and throw out some good vibes and play some music in light of all that. So we're just gonna get into it right away. So we got Michael Placencia on the guitar right now. We got Jaron Heidelberg on the drums. We got Josh Howard on the bass. And once again, my name is Sugi Dakks. And so we're just going to start off. We're just going to jam a little bit because we're musicians. Rumbling when you're in the ring, dancing with the beautiful struggle. It hits hard. Other times it's usually subtle. Either way, it's universal. Everyone doomed to be pummeled, but what really matters is how you react. Do you sit back, let life trash with a full-blown attack, or refuse to succumb? Yeah, the bruises will come, but you decide if you lose or if you won. And making peace in the ring is getting around out here. There's no rules that finds how life ain't fair. We expect the same, and when it's not, we say I can't bear, but you can't turn a piece of something I can't tear apart. It's in your soul, it's something you can't hold, but in your control to stand firm or let unfold. Cause I decide if I die young or die old. Thank y'all. So the whole point in us playing this music and to couple us is we're trying to raise money for this great organization. It's called the Youth Justice Coalition. So this organization specifically focuses on LA and LA youth, and they try to empower and mentor and teach kids, life skills, trying to stray them away from gang violence. And another thing what they do is they specifically take legal action for the police injustices that happen specifically with youth and youth facing the juvenile detention facilities. So they do great work. So pretty much we're trying to raise money for them. So I believe in the comment section is where you can find the link and try to donate. It's also on my Instagram in the bio page. If you go to the page, you can find it there as well. So please donate if you can. That's the whole reason we're putting on this music and playing this music. Cool. So the next song that we're gonna do is called "Victimized." I think no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter what your background, I think negativity is just thrown on you for your entire life, and there's really nothing you can do about it. Everyone just has to learn to navigate through their life through this negativity, and it's specific to every person. And when I was writing this song, I was specifically talking about the negativity that comes with being black. Through all these things, I hope everyone knows about, slavery, institutionalized racism, news, media, storytelling, perspective, colonialism, all these things. You pretty much told you ain't shit. You ain't gonna be shit. You're gonna die before you're 21. You're gonna end up in a gang. You're gonna end up in jail. All these terrible things. And something else that I do is I teach music to kids. So, I see some of the kids, they get bombarded with this negativity, and then they start to really believe that they ain't shit and they ain't gonna be shit. So you can see how the cycle kind of continues on and on. So, so this next song is called "Victimized," and it's just about not becoming a victim to those negative influences. All this rage, and I think I'm mad enough to be acting out and shout a mile away that I'm not an animal. Though you're leaving me afraid, sticking me in craze, sticking me in cages, like being us is just a rule we keep on breaking. Different, my skin color don't decide my fate, still you thinking different. When we're the same, the lies, the difference. I'm not gonna back down. No, my name won't be victimized. No. No way, make me a criminal. No way, call me an animal. So okay, say what you gon' say. One day it's gonna change. Call me just a nigga, cause I'm focusing on just getting paid. Stop paying me a jail time, I ain't a crime, I'm trying to feed a fit. All y'all want is luxury, don't fuck with me. I'm close to falling off the edge, but I gotta make this bread. Before I say goodbye to fancy, it's different. We're coming closer to falling apart, see it's different. It's who we are, it's why. The difference, I'm not gonna back down. No, my name won't be victimized. No, tell me I'm dangerous. No way, make me a criminal. No way, call me an animal. So okay, say what you gon' say. One day it's gonna change. What you really gonna do? Maybe we could trade shoes. Ooh, run it back, run it back. I said, ooh, none of that, none of that. I don't think your motherfuckers can handle that. I can speak the truth with just a piano. Realize that when you demonize, only further in your demise. I'm tired of suffering. I'm tired of pain. No, no. Just a product of a slave. Though my skin is not a grave, not a day goes by where I don't ask, why isn't there a better life? Those to come, those among the beaten, bruised, and battle ones to be victimized. No, no, tell me I'm dangerous. Oh, victimized, no way. Call me an animal, it's okay. Say what you gon' say, one day it's gonna change who I am. Thank you. So that song was called Victimized. Once again, if you just tuning in, my name is Sugi Dakks, and we're trying to play this music for everyone and put on this music in hopes to raise money for this great organization, the Youth Justice Coalition. So you can find that in the comment section or in my bio. They do great work, and they're really helping, trying to get the next generation, the youth, to not have to deal with so many of these racial injustices. And speaking of that, something that I did notice, that a lot of people still to this day, still really take on the idea that these things don't really happen that often, and these things are just one-off things, and it's crazy to me, because these things do really happen so often, and every time it happens, it seems to just get swept under the rug, excuse me, or pushed aside or treated as some singular event, and the real issues are never addressed. Equality and justice are never things that happen for these people, and just to give you an example about how often this racial profiling and racial injustice happens. I myself, I went to, some protests, and I just asked random black people, like, what was their first experiencing racial diversity and racial inequality, racial discrimination. And every single person I talked to had a story. Multiple people I talked to didn't even want to talk to me because they're like, yo, I got too many stories. Like, I don't want to get into it. One person talked about how he remembers his first experience dealing with, racial discrimination. He walked out his own house, got in his own car at the age of 14, and the cops came, took him out of his car, threw him against the hood, handcuffed him because they thought that he was stealing the car, and they were asking him what he was doing in this neighborhood. Another person talked about when he was 13, he just bought matching jackets with his best friend, and then they walked into a gas station, got the police called on them. They were dragged out, thrown against the hood, and handcuffed for literally no reason. Another person talked about how he was in New York at the age of 15, hanging with his friends, driving around, and the cops pulled him over, and then I guess one of the cops grabbed the groin of every kid in the car and squeezed them until they cried. And another person talked about how she was at the age of 6, and she remembers she was playing with her friend. Her friend's mom came and dragged the friend away because her mom said she didn't want her daughter playing with a nigger. And those are just a couple stories, and these are things that don't get necessarily news media, but it's just to show you like how often it happens. Like, it's not just the ones that you see on the news. And it just goes to show if it's something you have experienced, you're definitely not alone in your experiences of being profiled and being put down and being disrespected, literally just because of how you look. So the next song we're gonna play is called Colors. So this song I actually just put out recently, and I actually got to perform the day I got to perform at a protest, which was super inspiring for me, just to play in front of all these people and talk about all these racial injustices and have so much love. And that was just a good memory that I have on the day of the release, and I got to play that song, so that was part of it. So this song is called Colors, just talking about in light of everything that's happened. drive from South LA to Hollywood, I barely look. Misfortunate niggas costing 10 minutes, Lambos and Porsches. Figures, the bus stops for no one around here. These trash piles are our farmers market. Parks and rec for these cigarettes. As this house caught fire on 96. These potholes show it, these landlords know it. These lotto tickets on my desk keep growing. This drive from the hood to start a video shoot on under the hood of cars. Seasons change, colors don't, and I know this life could be a work of art. I just keep asking myself how two peoples are still worlds apart. Like, color my face, color my name, cover my chains. Color I can't, color my shoes, my socks, my legs. Color my face, you can't see my tears in the rain. Color my people, my people. Mama said that my skin was a blessing. Papa said be careful, know your skin is seen as a weapon. Deep talk at the gym causing deep depression. Colors can't mix yet, we keep them separate. White man, red or blue, run the country. Black man, red or blue, run the streets. Toss to hate the other side, guess we really are alike. Got me red in the eyes, the blues play in the background. Stevie Wonder has better vision than all of us. You see that it's wrong for once in my life. I wish that our superstition would die. We all bleed red, the yellow with the sun we share. And purple rain is not agent orange. No, the black mambo won't be riding down anymore. Like, oh, color my face, color my name, cover my chains. Color I can't, color my shoes, my socks, my legs. Color my face, you can't see my tears in the rain. Color my people, my people. Here. Wear a white flag inside a black church does not mean surrender. A black boy using white out to rewrite history is no black sheep. Brown versus the Board of Education of what it means to be brown is no outlier. Black Fridays are not just for white picket fences. Don't throw no shade at me. I've already tried to scrub my history out of the skin, tried to unpaint a painting already dry. This is what it feels like to force your name into existence. Thank you. So that was called Colors, out on all platforms. All the proceeds to that song actually as well go to the Youth Justice Coalition. So your streams will also go to a good cause as well. Cool. Quick shout out just to Sofar Sounds for having us. Quick shout out to Blossom for pushing these shows and promoting it. So once again, my name is Sugi Dakks. If you're just tuning in, and we playing some music for social change and trying to create awareness, more awareness with everything that's going on, and really push to try to keep people going because the work is not done. There's still so many things that haven't been accomplished yet, so we can't take our foot off the gas. One specific thing in particular that comes to mind is Breonna Taylor. Her murderers are still, some of them still have jobs, and they're still walking around fine. And that, out of all the stories which are ridiculous and crazy, that one is so ridiculous because she was literally just sleeping and she died. And there's no repercussions for that. That's literally insane to me. So keep pushing for that wherever you are in the world, and keep talking to your peers about it and spreading this awareness. So this next song that we're gonna do is called "Prove Them Wrong." So this one I'm talking about sort of the people that love to just put other people down, and really criticize them. And I think this society we live in really endorses that kind of behavior and really endorses being negative, being critical, tearing each other apart, and treating each other different based on race, treating each other different based on the color of your skin, and not wanting people to succeed. So trying to find some arbitrary characteristic about them and, keeping them under because of that. And, there's so many ridiculous ways of thinking that we should be over by this point, but are so ingrained into the laws, into daily life, that hinder so many people's lives for literally no reason. So this next song that we're going to do is called "Prove Them Wrong." It's talking about all those motherfuckers. realistic. I never should have been here. I never should have been. Should have probably stayed in my lane, stayed out the way like when they smashed my window, took my backpack, took my keyboard. Took me a while to get back, but I'm here now, so fuck 'em all. Had a car crash, had a bad year, had a bad friend, then he damn near died. Everywhere looks like a trapdoor, oh, abnormal, deal with passive anxiety. Cage bird in society, being pissed on, being kicked out, but I'm up here, oh, the irony. When they call your name, and they really don't think you sing. When they call you a slave, another nigga without brains. How can you love the world when the world loves to hate? Fuck if they see. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. Just another nigga told them my whole life. I don't know why we used to hate the ones we idolize. Insecurity, been had them say, rather have me dead in the ditch. Nigga, you got so much criticism. Thought you was Stephen A. Smith. Seems like we all too big, too small, too black, too white, too rich, too poor, too dumb, too smart, 2 times a week. I feel depressed, tired of being a punching bag, tired of being a welcome mat, and afterthought for most of just a joke. I'm saying when they call your name and they really don't think you sing. When they call you a slave, another nigga without brains. How can you love the world when the world loves to hate? Fuck if they see you. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. You will not make a mannequin out of my bones. The smoke screen of someone liking your music does not negate the hatred underneath. The worst grudge you can have is one against yourself. Please, to what of my king? To what of the fat jokes and the rich kids that are killing so many dreams? To my nigga, never made it to 9th grade. Don't give it away, don't tell him a secret. Look us down and turn around and call us genius and it's wrong. Nice. So that one is called Prove Them Wrong. So we actually just have one song left for y'all. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. And you know, if you're just tuning in, my name is Sugi Dakks, and we are trying to raise money for this great organization, the Youth Justice Coalition. So please, please, please donate if you can. It's the whole reason why we're playing this music. So this last song that we're gonna do is called Cynicism. You know, something else that I see, especially now, just because so many things are wild and depressing and sad right now, and everything is flipped on its head. You know, I see a lot of cynicism going around, and you know, it definitely worries me because I definitely think cynicism really drives inaction. You know, if you start to believe, you know, everything's fucked, everyone is fucked, you know, fuck it, what's the point? That idea spreads, and then more and more people start to believe that everything's fucked, and, you know, fuck it, what's the point? And then no one really tries to do anything because everybody sort of takes on this mentality. So you know, really be wary of letting cynicism, you know, run your life. You know, there's so many ways we can change this narrative by educating yourself, by supporting oppressed communities, by participating in social activism, and another one I think is having difficult conversations with your peers, just your inner circle, about race and racial inequality. I think there's so much misunderstanding and miscommunication that goes on that causes so much aggression and tension, just because people really don't take the time to understand each other, and it, so many terrible things happen because of it. So, I really challenge you to do some of these things, and I encourage y'all. So we're gonna jump into this last song. It's called Cynicism. Talking about all that. Tammy, what's up? We got a world with a big old fool, and I think it's time to change it up. Tammy, what's up? We got a world with that big old fool, and I think it's time to change it up. What's up? We got that world, big old fool, and I think it's time to change it up. What's up? I'm in the place where just give me the coup, and now I can't pretend my time is up. I want the licorice, the barbershop, the book of all the basketballs to live in harmony within the band. God, what a benefit to say that the kids are all okay and the good to pay. It's alright. Tell me, nigga, do you care enough to carry out the orders on in order from the plan? A card orders is something inside the track, cause escape when the system is giving back. Yeah. Cause I won't do anything. It's too large, too big of a problem. Think about the common man, walk around, I'll be there to go change the focus. I won't do anything. Please don't leave our earth with just nothing. Think about the common man. The cynicism is the leader of the new world. Hey. Give me the rock, give me the ball, give me a mic and a cause, give me a couple seconds and then hit record. What have we done? What do we do? What about all of the news that wants the pressure to be sucked into our lungs? Like it or not, we breathe. And all the negativity, and all the things we don't believe. And never look into the mirror when the damage is done. Just hit the water, waking up, and that's my fun. Yeah. Tell me, what's up? We got the world with that big old food, and I think it's time to change it up. Tell me, what's up? I'm in a place where it's giving it cool, and I'm a guarantee my time is up. Come on, get down. Come on, get down. Come on, get down. Hey, cynicism. 'Cause I won't do anything. It's too large, too big of a problem. Think about the common man. Walk around, I'll be down to go change the focus. I won't do anything. Please don't leave our earth with just nothing. Think about the common man. Cynicism is the leader of the new world. Thank you. Once again, this is Michael Placencia on the guitar. Give it up for the boy. He loves his mom. He got it tatted on his arm. It's literally his only tattoo. Everybody give it up for Jaren Heidelberg on the drums. Woo! He's teaching me Japanese, man. It's going well. I just learned my numbers. Please give it up for Josh Howard. Woo! Yeah. He has a fire podcast. I dare everyone to check it out. And I dare you, once you look at the podcast, hit me up if you're trying to challenge me. And if you watch the podcast, you'll know what I'm talking about. Once again, my name is Sugi Dakks. Big shout out to Sofar Sounds for letting us do this. Big shout out to everyone that was tuning in. And please, once again, we playing this music to try to raise money for this great organization, the Youth Justice Coalition. So please donate if you can. Keep educating yourself. Keep spreading awareness and keep fighting for Breonna Taylor in the front lines, and everyone else as well. So please, 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 thank y'all once again. Stay safe out there. Where you can find me, how you spell Sugi Dakks? SUGIDAKKS. SUGIDAKKS. And you know, Miss Rona is not gonna win. That's my last message. Miss Rona ain't shit. So stay safe out there. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all.